Say, this is that hidden knowledge which shall never change, since its beginning is with 9. The symbol that betokeneth the concealed and manifest, the inviolable and unapproachably exalted name. As for what we have appropriated to the children, this is a bounty conferred on them by God, that they may render thanks unto their Lord, the compassionate, the merciful. These verily are the laws of God. Transgress them not at the prompting of your base and selfish desires. Observe ye the injunctions laid upon you by him who is the dawning place of utterance. The sincere among his servants will regard the precepts set forth by God as the water of life to the followers of every faith, and the lamp of wisdom and loving providence to all the denizens of earth and heaven. The Lord hath ordained that in every city a house of justice be established, wherein shall gather counselors to the number of Baha. And should it exceed this number, it doth not matter. They should consider themselves as entering the court of the presence of God, the exalted, the Most High, and as beholding him who is the unseen. It behooveth them to be the trusted ones of the merciful among men, and to regard themselves as the guardians appointed of God for all that dwell on earth. It is incumbent upon them to take counsel together and to have regard for the interests of the servants of God for his sake, even as they regard their own interests, and to choose that which is meet and seemly. Thus hath the Lord your God commanded you, beware lest you put away that which is clearly revealed in his tablet. Fear God, O ye that perceive. O people of the world, build ye houses of worship throughout the lands in the name of him who is the Lord of all religions. Make them as perfect as is possible in the world of being, and adorn them with that which befitteth them, not with images and effigies. Then with radiance and joy celebrate therein the praise of your Lord, the most compassionate. Verily, by his remembrance the eye is cheered, and the heart is filled with light. The Lord hath ordained that those of you who are able shall make pilgrimage to the sacred house, and from this he hath exempted women as a mercy on his part. He of a truth is the all-bountiful, the most generous. O people of Baha, it is incumbent upon each one of you to engage in some occupation, such as a craft, a trade, or the like. We have exalted your engagement in such work to the rank of worship of the one true God. Reflect, O people, on the grace and blessings of your Lord, and yield him thanks at eventide and dawn. Waste not your hours in idleness and sloth, but occupy yourselves with what will profit you and others. Thus hath it been decreed in this tablet, from whose horizon has shone the day star of wisdom and utterance. The most despised of men in the sight of God are they who sit and beg. Hold ye fast unto the court of means, and place your trust in God, the provider of all means. The kissing of hands hath been forbidden in the book. This practice is prohibited by God, the Lord of glory and command. To none is it permitted to seek absolution from another soul. Let repentance be between yourselves and God. He verily is the pardoner, the bounteous, the gracious, the one who absolveth the repentant. O ye servants of the merciful one, arise to serve the cause of God in such wise that the cares and sorrows caused by them that have disbelieved in the dayspring of the signs of God may not afflict you. At the time when the promise was fulfilled and the promised one made manifest, differences have appeared amongst the kindreds of the earth, and each people hath followed its own fancy and idle imaginings. Amongst the people is he who seateth himself amid the sandals by the door, whilst coveting in his heart the seat of honor. Say, what manner of man art thou, O vain and heedless one, who wouldst appear as other than thou art? And among the people is he who layeth claim to inner knowledge, and still deeper knowledge concealed within this knowledge. Say, thou speakest false, by God. What thou dost possess is naught but husks which we have left to thee, as bones are left to dogs, by the righteousness of the one true God. Were anyone to wash the feet of all mankind, and were he to worship God in the forests, valleys, and mountains, upon high hills and lofty peaks, to leave no rock or tree, no clod of earth, but was a witness to his worship, yet should the fragrance of my good pleasure not be inhaled from him, his works would never be acceptable unto God. Thus hath it been decreed by him who is the Lord of all. How many a man hath secluded himself in the climes of India, denied himself the things that God hath decreed as lawful, imposed upon himself austerities and mortifications, and hath not been remembered by God, the revealer of verses. Make not your deeds as snares, wherewith to entrap the object of your aspiration, and deprive not yourselves of this ultimate objective, for which have ever yearned all such as have drawn nigh unto God. Say, the very life of all deeds is my good pleasure, and all things depend upon mine acceptance. Read ye the tablets, that ye may know what hath been purposed in the books of God, the all-glorious, the ever-bounteous. He who attaineth to my love hath title to a throne of gold, to sit thereon in honor over all the world. He who is deprived thereof, though he sit upon the dust, that dust would seek refuge with God, the Lord of all religions.